Good evening, everybody. We have got Rymir and Dr. Lil Part 3. If you've not seen the previous episodes, it is a heartbreaking story whereby Rymir, assisted by Dr. Lil, has been on a quest to get Jay Z to do this DNA test, but he's absolutely just using the legal system, weaponizing it against them, and putting hurdle after hurdle in their way. Even worse, last time, Dr. Lil told us how properties had been jeopardized by legal shenanigans involving this case. So if you missed that, go back to part 2 because it's a hell of a story. And we've
Yes,
got
it
some
is.
updates. We've got some updates this week. We've got the cash apps in the description box for people who want to donate to the cause. But I'll hand it over to these guys to tell us what is the latest. And huge thank you for coming on, Rymir and Dr. Lil, and Tommy and
Yeah,
Ron.
no problem, man. Thank you guys for even having me. Thanks. I appreciate all y'all support and all the love. As I said, we just on here to just update you guys, let you know that we still been moving forward regardless of everything we've been going through with the family. We've been having family problems, not like family problems fighting each other, but some real problems the last couple of weeks. And for us to just keep this energy and push forward and continue to fight is just it's just showing us that this was always about more than us. So it's like I feel like I got God with me every day, and He's just pushing me to go forward. And we just still want to hold everybody accountable, as far as the judges and everyone that's just basically trying not to say nothing right now. So basically, we going after the courts, and as I said before, we want to hold everybody accountable that's not doing their job and bring them to the front and make them do something, make them do their job.
Do you think that all the publicity you've got recently and the public support is adding to your momentum right now?
Yes, I really do. I believe you guys are giving me so much momentum. It's just helping me push forward, and it's like I feel like it's just like a big wave of energy that's just passing all the way through the world. I just feel like everybody is starting to connect with each other more, and we all fighting for the right cause. It's not just about a father thing, chasing who your father is, and it's more about us reuniting and fighting for what's right. So I feel like all this energy is going towards the right thing, and everybody is starting to connect and love each other a little more from the situation.
And is that giving you an intuitive sense of some kind of breakthrough is going to happen for you here soon in this case?
I can hope. I fully don't know, but I fully can hope, and I really feel like with you guys' help, it's been really moving. And even without, even if the case don't go nowhere, I just feel that you guys, all your energy, this has helped me, really helped me. And I feel like anyone who needs help, you should be able to turn to the world, because like this is the type of help that we need to give somebody the energy to push forward. So many people that just give up on whatever you're doing, and just to have that extra boost from people that you don't really know, but family from around the world, and it's just really helps you move forward.
Yeah, you've been in the press constantly over here, and every time I see you, I'm like, yeah, you keep the
Yeah, I
coverage on.
appreciate you guys. It's all from y'all help. It really is all from you guys' help. Like you, as I said, I've been just trying to share all this positive energy and just trying to fight and do what's right. I don't want these court systems to continue to do what they're doing out here, and it's just not the court systems in the United States. It's courts everywhere, and I feel like that if we all can, connect with each other and fix the problem, it can be fixed. We can fix our future.
Yeah. I listened, I was at the beginning of the last one and I was on a journey and I listened to the whole thing with Dr. Lil. Is such a brilliant speaker and
Yes,
an
he
amazing
is.
person to have in your corner. And Dr. Lil, since we last spoke then, what's new with you on this?
I think I'm right in the same path with Ramir that we got the energy, the community, and what's right is all coming together.
Right.
And I think that's just the way life is, whereas you have a mission, a call, a purpose, or something that happens, you don't get it, but you still walk it out because you know it don't feel right for you not to. And all the things that went on, I was just thinking about these last 10, 12 years of what we've been through. And I know it's been nothing but a miracle. But each time we seem like we keep getting this great wave of people that the universe is sending our way. We believe it's God, but we know it's the universe because everybody's in different places when it comes down to that, and that's all good. But it's just interesting to me, even just last couple of weeks, to see my godson go through. Because everybody don't know me and Rymir close.
Yes, we are.
Right? So, because when I deal with him, we talk, I feel like I'm talking just with him and his mother. And not only that, also the other family, but his uncle. I mean, his uncle was unbelievable. We just loved the ground he walked. He was full of wisdom.
Yes,
He's
he
always
was.
giving you information straight from the chute. And just for us all to go through this and just to see how Rymir is able to deal with the circumstances and his emotions and move along, not to say he's not mourning. I'm just thankful for that, because we don't live as close as I would like us to live. I would wish we could all live in a cul-de-sac. I wish everybody could be together. You could see him across the way, but we're not that close in proximity. But it's just good to know that the universe, that God and your beliefs and all these things are coming together. And I can say that to say that we filed a new amended complaint. And one of the amended complaint was done by somebody. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but this amended complaint just kind of took it off the roof, because the people who heard our story was like you guys. They caught on and they started getting with that pen and writing things that we were feeling, but may not was able to fully express. And we didn't want to go down to too many roads with this legally, because it can get messy. But we did want to make sure the world knew what was going on and that we don't miss nothing either. And sometimes when you talk to people, it comes together, because nobody can get it on their own.
Right, you can't. And that's one thing I do say. That's why I say I thank everyone for just even sharing the energy, because all the energy is not always good. You do get some negative energy. I see comments from all different angles, but you got to just learn how to just say that's somebody's opinion and just be able to go move forward. You arguing with another person and trying to go back and forth and prove your point to them. Like, as I said before, this was something that was left with me, and I'm continuing to fight. So to argue with me and just want to go back and forth, like, I'm not going to give you that energy. I still love you guys from the distance. It's no hate nowhere. So you can say whatever you want. That's your opinion. But at the end of the day, I don't come on here to give the negative energy to you guys. It's all positive. I always say this. So, if it's not positive, I think you guys should just keep it to yourself. I mean, you can say whatever you want, but if we're not sharing positivity, we already got a lot of negativity going around the world. So this is the problem we need to fix. And I feel like if we all come together, I'm telling you guys, if we all come together, we will be so much. I feel like we can get so much more done. So much more done.
I agree. And that's what I love about you, Rymir, is that you practice what you preach. And I respect it. I respect it. And, thanks so much for both of you being here. Now, just very quickly, Dr. Lil, a couple of people in the side chat are just asking, I know you said that you were Rymir's godmother, but just remind us, just very, very quickly, just as before we get into any updates, the connection and the passion and the drive with Rymir and yourself.
Yes. So it all started with his mother, and me and her met at church. She came to my Sunday school class. She was 11 and I was 19, was my first ministry in teaching children. And her hair was all kind of messy. And she came over to me and said, "Can you be my godmother?" She grabbed me. I grabbed her back in the Sunday school class. And she looked up at me. I looked down and she said, "Can you be my godmother?" And I said, "Yes." And the rest is kind of history. Rymir, of course, came along as we both got older. She had a baby. Rymir was her firstborn. We kind of lost each other a little bit when I went off to college and she went off and did her things. But the universe brought us back together. And at the time we came back together, we were inseparable. And all she talked about was Rymir, because she was concerned about things. She had her health was failing. And she wanted to make sure that her legacy and her children were intact, for real.
Of course.
So at that point in our coming back together, the legal stuff was in that little ring-a-ring. And then she said to me that if anything happened to her, for me to promise her that I would take care of her son Rymir. And I said, sure, of course. And then she got really sick. And then Rymir wound up coming to live with me in New Jersey as my child. I got legal and physical custody of him. We still, of course, was connected with his mom because I was right across the bridge. And then she had started the case in Philadelphia regarding the paternity because she said she had a dream, or she said she had a life-death experience, and she came to. But she said she remembered walking down the tunnel, and she realized it wasn't her time to go, so she woke up. But she knew she wanted to get this thing right with Rymir's father's situation because she wanted peace with it.
Of course.
Make a long story short, Rymir came to live with me in New Jersey. He finished his high school there. He did other stuff there. He just merged right into the New Jersey community very well. Yeah. And then we kept the paternity case that she started in Philadelphia. We transferred from Philadelphia to New Jersey and kept it going. And that's when the drama began. After I got custody of him, went back to the court asking for college support and a paternity test. That's when the problem started. And I had told you guys last time, that was in 2012. In 2011, we gave the DNA to Mr. Carter. Then 2012, they came into court and said what they said, which was not true.
So I just wanted to clear that up for everybody. It's a very long, loving, caring history, family from a, moral and legal sense. And I just wanted to just make sure that in this episode we got that. So back to you, Sean or Tommy, who, if you want to.
Yeah, Tommy, do you want to come in?
I have been known to speak.
That's all right. Listen, Ron, keep going. Ron doesn't mind steering the ship, guys. I just didn't want to dominate. All right, Ron's trying to divvy up the time that he spends rambling.
Yeah, I know that.
You know what? I love this. This was so much fun to listen to. We keep talking about 2025 being the year that this kind of stuff, and by this kind of stuff, it covers a really broad spectrum. But what it always comes down to is the really wealthy doing whatever they want because their money allows them to do things that the law would not allow you or me or Rymir or Dr. Lil or anybody else to get away with. And I think I think this is such a great face for the entire thing. And it's every time you come on, Rymir, every single time, the takeaway for me is always, my God, can you imagine anybody not wanting to say, this is my kid? I'm a dad. I have a son.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've got a boy, and he's close to your age, and I just can't imagine that anybody. It's such a statement on him, but also on the on this industry where image and all of these things trump things like heredity and stuff that you're born with. This is nature, right? He's got to be looking out and going, oh my God, my boy. To have that drummed out of you takes a really evil industry. It really does.
Yeah. Yes, because one thing I can tell you is that money don't make you happy. I mean, it may help you for the moment, and you might can buy things, but at the end of the day, if you're not happy, you're not happy. It's like it's nothing. Your money eventually run out, and if it don't run out, you can't keep it. We all got to go one day. So it's like you only can spend and take memories. Like that's my main thing I want to take to the grave with me is as much memories as I can. Like, just with great people, just exploring the world and stuff like that. Like that's what we should be worrying about, connecting and fixing things for the future and making sure that, we still have it's somewhere that's still here for our children in the future and their children and all that. We don't want to start them off with all this negativity in courts and lawyers and doing what they want, because if we let it continue, it will continue. And we honestly know this. We all know if nobody does anything about it, we don't do anything about it, we'll continue for years and years. So I'm just asking everyone around the world in the community, let's just step up and do better. It's not just for me. Let's just do better for ourselves, our children. Let's just be the best that we can be. I think a lot of people sometimes lose their drive, and I just want to give you your drive back. Like, if you need the energy, just get your drive back. Like, please, like, if you still got a dream, you still love playing music, and you say I gave music up, any type of stuff, like, I feel like that we really need to just get our drive back and just enjoy life. Like, so, get out the house a little.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think Jay Z knows everybody that Rymir is a wonderful person. He knew that back then because Jay Z's not crazy. In fact, he wanted Rymir to be on his label, or they asked about it. He didn't ask us directly, but his people in his inner circle. So he was very much aware of what he had in stock in terms of a son, a firstborn. And I think the attorneys and stuff that got involved that kind of messed us up, even though he could have still fixed it, is what made it go from bad to worse. But in the very beginning, he was trying to do the right thing. He was trying to see what he could do to get him a part of his life and so forth and so on. But somehow somebody said something to him and he started thinking with his head and not his heart. So he knows what kind of person he is because they were pursuing. And at that point, Rymir didn't know too much. In the very beginning, we were told not to tell him everything. So he knew some stuff, but very little. He didn't know what we were doing. I'm talking about the legal part. He knew the overall things. And then lo and behold, as time progressed, we had to give him more and more details about what happened to some of these conversations we had with his inner circle, his people. And then, of course, later the attorneys that came along, some of them had never met Mr. Carter, but they wanted his money. And they were more concerned about that. They wasn't concerned about him, Mr. Carter as a person, but just what they could get from him. So I just want to make the record clear on that because I think Jay Z, Mr. Carter, he understands that Rymir is a great person. He's done his research.
I'm not after you. That's the whole thing. Everybody, and I've been saying this for you. I'm not after, like, understand.
And then there's
Everybody
other
say he's
stories we
chasing
can
you.
tell
You
too,
want Jay Z to
Rymir.
be your daddy. It's really not about chasing and one and so on. It's just this the right thing. I mean, if you're my father, you're my father. If you're not, you're not. It's just honestly, it's just that simple, guys. It's not. I'm doing pretty good. Like I get help from everyone in the world. Like I said before, it's so much knowledge out here and so many great people to learn from and grow with. So it's like at this point, I'm just this is this identity thing, and I'm still gonna live life regardless. Like that's what I just want everybody to know. So please don't take so much time out of your day to give off so much negativity and just think like if you guys were in my shoes, what would you do? It's a whole lot.
Oh, they're not going to do that. No one does that. to actually take a walk in your shoes first. I'll tell you what, though, that's a great point because there are
Seriously,
so many armchair quarterbacks that have no problem weighing in on this.
Mm.
Imagine if you don't know your dad, compound that with the fact that the entire world does know your dad. Right? There are things going on here that I don't think most of us could wrap our brain around, even if we tried to.
Seriously, that's why
there are dynamics at work. Yeah.
And sometimes, like I said, I'll be confused. Just like I said with my uncle thing that just happened. I feel like that was I don't know where that even came from. I feel like family, even some family members, and I don't want to put the cousin name out there, because we all still going through our, we all still grieving. But I just feel like I feel like he just watched us for months, and then he made something to hate your own cousin and your own uncle about that you just had to do something so dramatic, like and I'm like so lost about it, like you kill your own uncle, and it's just crazy, like I just can't wrap my head around it, and I'm just like kind of lost because I just was with him every day, so it's like
every day too.
Every single day. So
every time
I
I
just was
call
looking at
Rymir,
my
he was
little
with him.
pictures from last week and the week before then and the week before then, and I'm looking like at the timeline. Then I just say it is crazy. You never know what people think, and he could have been thinking like all types of stuff. Honestly, who knows what he's thinking? But I say some family members, even they don't even know what's going on. They look from the outside and think so much is going on. And at the end of the day, I'm working like everyone else, working, saving my money. I work so hard. Like it's nothing given to me free, honestly.
Sorry
So
for
I
your
just want the
loss.
world to know, like I am a regular person. It's nothing like it's not just about no money or no fame. Like I'm okay by like with this my regular life. I just won't let nobody walk over me or no court system, and I don't want that for you guys or your children. So that's why I'm asking you guys to stand and fix the problem. Like we should want to fix the problem. We get tired of just sitting around and let people walk over us. And I'm talking about court systems, all different types of stuff. I'm not just talking about the court system, but this in life, your bosses and all that. It's just you gotta stand up for yourself sometimes and just do what's right. Do what you believe is right.
Somebody got a question for you.
Yeah, what end results from G? What end results are you seeking from here?
Well, at this point, honestly, I was just trying to get clarity and identity, but if I don't get that, I feel like I still got I feel like I'll be great. I still got family and friends and so much people that love me that I don't even know. I feel like the energy just I'm gonna be good regardless of what happens. But
Exactly.
I just wanted to show the world that I fought as hard as I could, and this was a battle that this took place for years and years and years. That's it. If I can't,
But
I'm not saying I was to stop fighting this, but I'm just saying like I fought as hard as I could, and I'm going to continue to live my life. I got children myself, so it's not like I'm
yeah,
just chasing someone to trying to gain something from it. It's just like at the end of the day, we go to court and we want the truth and we want fair due process. And if the judges and lawyers not even doing that, and everyone's just running over you from all different type of directions, but they can point the finger at you, it's like a little crazy to me. It seems like can't be you can't play victim if you're doing things on the other side.
yeah.
A
Very
few
true.
people are asking about the DNA that you gave to Jay Z's team. And I think that's a very important part of the story, because when you did that, they would have run the test and they know the result, don't they? If you could just
And that's what I'm
explain
saying.
that.
Like, and that's why I said we gave it to them, and the courts had it since the case started. It only was 2 names on there. The other person took the DNA test, and then the courts got my DNA. Like, they always had it. It's not so.
Yeah,
And
because
it's
you have
that I
children.
said before, if they felt that it was a problem, these guys could have dismissed this with prejudice. But since the simple fact that they didn't, and they just letting us come around and spend your money, wrangle around, it's like basically they playing a game. And I don't want to play that type of game. If it's not about the truth and finding out what the truth is and a fair due process, like we didn't make the court system for us to come in there and get played with. That's not fair to no one.
And another important part of the story, and it's been raised in the question here from one of the viewers, the motive we suspect for Jay Z trying to suppress this is the mother's age at conception. So the question here is, do you have evidence of your mother's age at your conception to put to Jay Z's lawyers? Are they aware?
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course we have.
That's the reason why we're in
My
this
mom was young. She
debacle.
was at least 15, 16 at that age. I
Right.
believe just 15. Yeah, we have the proof.
And this could have kind of stayed quiet a long time ago. But
Yeah, it's like it's
because,
not like we wasn't even.
yeah, we didn't bring it to the forefront. The media did. But because he dragged it out, they kept digging. But then we realized that we're trying to protect you, or not talk about it, if you will, but you ain't doing nothing for us. And then it just led into, like I said, from bad to worse to ugly. But yes, we definitely have evidence of the mother's age at conception. We know the state she was in, New York. And Mr. Carter has a couple problems because she has an affidavit that says she had intercourse with him. And even though even if the child ain't his, if that 1% and the kid ain't his, he still has sex with the mother. She's got 2 problems. So at the end of the day, that's why he's staying completely away. And I think Rymir feels that there should be a better way to handle this, because there's other things that has taken place that
And
he
my
has
whole
said
thing
out of
is
his
that
own
he
mouth.
didn't deny it. So we're not on here to try to make no one look like no clown. I believe whatever you do, it's just come back to you. But at the end of the day, like he hasn't said anything to deny it and all that. So for
He has not.
it's like what would you guys believe? As I said again, if you was in my situation and your mother told you